Good evening, America. We interrupt your regularly scheduled broadcast for this important news update. Once again, my name is Barbadude. Top story of the evening. A local man claims to have the most delicious lobster roll recipe ever made. We're going to get him in the studio just a little bit later. But before then, the most important story of the evening is in the South Florida area, there is a boil water advisory. Boil all your water, especially if you're cooking lobster tails. And just to be safe, as soon as you get that water boiling, make sure those lobster tails are in there for about 8 minutes until they're nice and red. The next story is, and this goes out to the exoskeleton crowd, or those who identify as exoskeletons. There seems to be an issue with being able to get all of that juicy meat out of that exoskeleton. A local chiropractor to the area decided that he wanted to come up with a way to get the meat out of that exoskeleton. The new technique, I have the report here, is laying down on your side, having a trained professional press down on the side until you hear that pop or that crack. Snap, crackle, pop. Once you hear that, take a pair of shears and go on your underbelly and snip a little bit, just avoiding the meat, and pry that thing open. After you've pried your exoskeleton open, make sure you pull that meat out in one stroke and then tear it up. Do whatever you want with it. Doesn't matter. Oh, what's that? I believe we have a breaking news update out at the corner of tarragon and parsley. Let's send it out to our field reporter, Field Dude. Field? Thanks, dude. Like you said, we're at the corner of tarragon and parsley. Unfortunately, there was a rather unfortunate chopping incident. A lot of chopping at tarragon and parsley. And I just want to say also that it is hot as shit outside. Definitely hot enough to melt a bunch of butter, and all of that butter combined with the chopping at the tarragon and parsley, you mix that together, it's just going to create a tasty sauce that you could probably put on some lobster if you really wanted to. Like I said, total tragedy. Back to you, dude. Thanks, Field. That was a rather weird analogy or example of what exactly happened out there, but thanks for your insights anyway. And for our last story of the evening, it is very hot. It is now almost Memorial Day weekend. We want to make sure that your buns are nice and protected. And in order to protect your buns from this blistering heat, melt a little bit of that butter and just cover those buns. Just cover it. And that'll get you a nice toast. But it'll also make sure that you're protected. Now back to your regularly scheduled program. I'm Barbadude. Thanks, everybody. Hello? Is anybody here? Have lobster rolls? Well, don't mind if I do. That's a good fucking sandwich.